Oh, I sound like a broken record today. So over the last few weeks I keep saying drain your caravans down, drain your caravans down. So I'm going to show you in a while something that can help you do that, and also I'm going to show you a couple of different options with that. So we're going to have a quick peruse through some of the vans that we've got on sale, a couple of little bits and bobs on our way through, and then finally that sort of what we need to be doing, which is what I've been saying, but something that's going to help you. On Sunday's video we've got quite a nice little tip coming up, which is, I bet 99% of you that are watching, it's driven you crazy. So on Sunday's video we're going to do and cover that. So nice little Swift Challenger 480 dealer special, and it's the Celeste. So the Celeste as a dealer special.
It's not your dealer special, is it?
No. But they come with quite a lot of extras, so nicer upholstery. We've normally got, I'm pretty sure we'll have a solar panel up on the roof potentially. Yeah, solar panel up on the roof. A few little extras on the outside. So the special editions were pretty much your base model, but then with extras put on there. Now on the Celeste, they put a little TV bracket on the outside, so I'll just grab the key. So these gave us, look at this, a little external bracket for your TV. So you can have a TV out in the awning, and then you've got a main socket, an extra main socket. So you've got one barbecue point out in the awning, but then in this locker you've also got another little main socket, a 12-volt point and an aerial. So that 12-volt point, if you use a little tyre inflator or anything like that, you can plug straight in. So that's quite a handy little locker. And then you've got your normal locker that goes underneath your bed.
But then you'd have to sit on the floor to watch the telly.
Yeah, it's fine,
low, isn't it?
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's alright. It would be a bit low, wouldn't it? You can angle it up there, can't you? You can angle the TV up. I think you can. External barbecue point. So the dealer specials did come with quite a few little extras. Normally bumped up the weight a little bit more than a standard model. So 1434, 2020, 16995. That's a nice one, that is. We've then got single beds. We're going to have a nice little walk through some of these. So this is a single bed model. It's the Bailey Rimini GT70. It's 1431 now, considering that little two berth next door was 1434.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Quite a lightweight little van, this one. 1549, 15495. And then the Baileys, they don't do many special editions on the Baileys, so very much of a muchness. Nice single beds, big fridge freezer. So something again that you're going to want to do over this winter, and as you're now not using the caravan, is leave your fridge door open. Leave your little freezer door, probably put in a little cloth in there, keeping that open. You could just literally leave it open like this, but this type of fridge has these little catches on that you can fold out, and then you can pop your latch on like that. So it leaves the fridge door open. Now the problem is, if I leave it like that, somebody's going to break it. Yeah. So what we'll tend to do over the winter now is just leave the doors actually ajar like this. But yeah, a good time now to start putting a little cloth in, and then putting these on the catch, just to make sure that they don't go funny over the winter. Something else that somebody had said as well is, good idea, leave all your doors, all your locker doors in the open position. Last week I was saying about putting your either upholstery out of the caravan or putting it upright. So a good few little ways to...
But why do you open your locker doors?
Just for airflow. So obviously at the moment they're shut down, and those lockers now aren't going to really get any airflow. So opening these up, yeah. And again, a really good idea is... this is quite a while ago that we've done this, and we've not sort of mentioned this for quite a bit. All of your stuff within the caravan, you want to make sure obviously the caravan is nice and clean, because it's now the time that we're going to attract the mice. They're going to be looking to sort of get inside the caravan, so making sure that we've got no food debris anywhere. So again, all in your lockers, when you open these up, have a real good look and just make sure there's no crumbs or anything in there. Give them a nice sort of clean out with a good spray, so there's no smells or anything, because obviously even if there's got crumbs in there, you getting the crumbs out of there, giving it a little hoover, there might still be smells in there. So a nice wipe through with like an antibacterial detergent or something like that. Again, same with your cushions, worktops. Underneath of your cushions, I'm getting ahead of myself, you see. Yeah. Giving it all a good wipe through underneath of the seats and everything, get your cushions up, as I say. And again, that is then going to give you the best chance not to attract mice and things like that into the caravan, but also then all of your bits and bobs. So if you've got loads of stuff underneath, a really good time now is, if this is full of bits and bobs that are underneath of here, get in some of the plastic containers, storage boxes. When you take all this stuff out to give it all a good clean underneath of here, putting all the stuff in the storage containers. So again, it's stuff that's not going to attract moisture into the caravan, and again, it's just going to make sure the caravan is better. Also then, there's going to be bound to be stuff as you're going through and sort of cleaning through, emptying it, getting it ready for shutting down over the winter. You're going to be coming across things and going, why on earth have I got this in here? Put it into a plastic box, make a little note on the top, put it into the garage or store it somewhere, and again, all those boxes then you can put on top of each other, and you can go, actually I don't need this till the summer, I don't need this till such and such time. And when you then come to use the caravan next time, nothing will be in there and you'll be going, why did I take all that out? That is the risk that you take. But if you put it into storage boxes somewhere nice and you go, right, I need that for that time, that's going to be summer stuff, that's when we're going to the beach, or there's no point carrying all this extra weight around with you all over the time. And obviously half the stuff that you're going to find as you're going through the caravan you don't actually need. So a good time to do that and put it into little storage boxes. Coachman VIP 545 2018 1658, and it's 19995, and it's got the island bed at the back, this one. So again, as I go through, I'm going to open our fridge doors up and just leave them sort of on vent. But a really good time just to go back through the caravan and give it a good sort of cleaning through. And again, as I say, you will find a load of stuff that you're going, I don't know why we've got this in the caravan. I've got 3 of these, so a good time just to declutter. On the outside, again, we've got external barbecue point. I think we've got a little locker here that's got storage, and then there'll be a main socket potentially in there. I can't guarantee that. And that's got the newer front on it with the sort of the back wing doors, and it's also got the Alco ATC. So again, another nice one. 6 berths. 17995, 1526, so 2022, a lightweight 6 berth, nice van, nice. Great layout at the back for the kids. And again, if you've got any marks on your upholstery, actually with the kids, sometimes they'll spill bits and chocolate and things onto the upholstery. A really important line now is to make sure that that's cleaned off, because obviously if there is any sort of food left on there, firstly it's going to send the upholstery mouldy, but also that might attract mice and things, and then they're going to eat that and then ruin all your upholstery. So
I saw a good advert for a little spot wash car, like upholstery cleaner. It was a little shark cordless spot wash. That looked really good for if it's in storage and things. You could use that,
so, and again, if you've sort of got your Bluetti and things like that, you can then run it off of that while you're in storage, or obviously, like you say, if it's in a cordless one. So again, it's now just trying to reinforce all these things that we've been saying over the last couple of weeks about just making sure the caravan is ready for the winter and the difference in the sort of weather that's coming. So all these little tips we want to put into actual practice now and make sure that we've got the best chance for the caravan to sort of be in the best condition. We're not attracting things in that are going to ruin everything for us, chew through our wiring, etc. So it's all good things and good practices to do now. Nice big 6 berth this, isn't it? Lots of room, lots of workspace, little foldy uppy bit here. Again, I'll leave the fridge just slightly open at the moment. Again, a good thing to do. And again, making sure sort of all of our food and bits and bobs off here. And again, it might even then be worth putting a couple of little mice traps within the caravan underneath of your seating, just in case we do still get any pests in the caravan, and then obviously we can just get rid of them straight away. So, but hopefully if you give it a good clean through, as I've mentioned, the chances that we're going to attract anything is a little bit less. So all good tips to sort of be doing now. Obviously the last couple of weeks I've been saying drain your water system, drain your water system, make sure your water system is drained. We looked in that one, we'll go down another little single bed. Something that we've done in the past, and I'll try and find the video, the Flow water drain down kit. So they do a few different versions, and they do a bigger version now as well, which is what we're going to come to in a minute. But a really good time if you sort of go, right, that is it, we're not going to use the Caravan now for the rest of the season, it's going to be next year. We really want to make sure this water system is drained down. So just literally popping our drain valves in the upright position isn't quite good enough. You can potentially sort of blow down your shower tap. So if you take the shower head off, blow down the pipe work, and again that should blow some of the water out, but you'll be amazed how much water is sort of still held in the taps, held in the pipe work. So the Flow drain off system will pressurise the water system and then actually blow it all through the taps, and we do that about 4 or 5 times, and you'd be amazed when we do that how much water comes through. And as I say, hopefully we found this little video that we did a while ago where we used a Flow kit and we pressurised the system. We've also got one where we made our own kit, we sort of with a tyre valve and an old pipe, and we made one. I don't know whether I'll find that one, but coming up we've got the new little kit that actually sort of gets fitted into the Caravan, and you can leave it permanently in the Caravan. You're not going to keep sort of putting it on, putting it off. So every time you can drain the water system down. So we'll be going to have a look at that in a minute. Coachman VIP 565 1630, it's 17995. Again, I'm going to open the fridge up. Single beds, nice washroom at the back with separate shower and toilet, and Aldi central heating in this one. So a nice single bed van. I'd said the other week about the sort of season slowing down now, so it slows down on the sales side of things. So you'll see sort of a bit less and less of changeover of stock now. There's a few more sort of dribbles of bits and bobs coming in, but then it's sort of when we get into December we're going to start getting ready for the new season for the sales side of things. So on the Elegance, on the 760, they had the newer Flow kit fitted. So this is the 2024 Swift Elegance Grand 760 at 34,995, and again we've got the nice L-shaped layout at the front here. Now underneath of this seat is this new Flow kit, or the newer Flow kit, that basically you fit into the Caravan and then you just leave it actually fitted onto the Caravan and in place. So the big green box that we've got here is the newer Flow kit. So this is basically a compressor. We've got a socket here that then we can plug into the 12 volt on the Caravan. They do an adapter that will plug into the mains as well, and then our pipework actually goes into the Caravan pipework. So up the back end here it actually splices into our main water system and gives us then a proper permanent fitting. I'll remove everything to get to it, but you'll see if you follow the black pipe there to the blue pipe, there's a big T-piece, and the Flow kit comes with that T-piece, and on your main sort of water inlet you'll fit that T-piece, that black T-piece, and then that comes onto that black pipe. That comes round onto a little shut-off valve here, so when we're not using the Flow kit we leave that shut off. Now when we want to pressurise the system, we'll open the little tap into the correct position. We will find a suitable 12 volt power socket to plug this into. and then we'll put some power onto the caravan. And actually,
so is that just the cold water coming in from the outside
so
that's
if
onto?
You find your main sort of off the back of the water pump, essentially, you'll have your main sort of cold inlet coming into the caravan, and it's on that main pipe then that we want to, before it goes into the hot water system, before it goes off to any of the taps or anything like that, it's that there that we want to splice into, put that T-piece in, and then run it into that black pipe there. So that is going to just literally go into the pipework. Underneath of here on this caravan we've got our 12 volt power. We'll then put our system on, so we put some power onto the caravan. We'll then close all of our drain valves off. So this has already been drained down, it's already sort of had the system drained down in all honesty, so we're not going to actually really get any water out, but we're going to close all of our taps back up. Make sure all of those drain valves that we would have had open are drained, and then on our actual flow kit we've got a little button at the back just here that'll turn on. Now I'm pretty sure this is just going to pressurise the system. Once it's pressurised it will turn off, so if you're using the flow kit on the outside that plugs in, you need to send it up to a certain amount of pressure. So you need a little tyre inflator, and then on the tyre inflator gauge it will say it's about 30 psi, some 20-30, between 10 and 30, I can't remember exactly what it is, but you'll pressurise it exactly what it says on the flow kit up to that pressure. And the flow kit here should pressurise the system correctly. So that has got a little shut off in there that is literally just going to shut off once that water or once that pressure builds up to the correct amount of pressure. So I'm just checking it.
So you've got all your drain off valves for the caravan in the use sort of set.
Yeah, as if you were going to use it.
Yeah.
So you'll see once it gets up to pressure then it will just shut off. So once that gets up to pressure, that'll automatically turn itself off, and that is at the point then when we can open our taps up. And we'll literally do it on the cold tap a few times, go over to the hot tap, do it on the hot tap, move on to the next tap.
6.5 hours later.
So right, have you figured it out then?
Found the other drain valve. So make sure, especially if you've got onboard tank, and because this has got the Aldi flow, there's another drain off valve down here that I hadn't shut off. So just underneath of there.
Oh my gosh, that's tucked away, isn't it? There.
So I hadn't spotted that. So let that build up, take a little bit of time to be fair. And then once that's shut off, when we open the tap, you'll hear the air come on through. So see that bit of water?
Oh yeah.
So even though this has all been fully drained off, all of the drain valves were in the open position, all the pipework was in the correct position, it was in such a good position I couldn't even pressurise the system. took me a while to figure it out as well. So even with them all in the correct position, and it's been drained off and it's travelled in the drain off valve position, and I've always said actually, drain the van off before you leave site. As you go home it'll get the water out of the system. You can still see there's water still in the system, so it's going to take about 4 or 5 full blow-ups of the system and drain offs to completely get all of the water out of the system. So just for video purposes, it's finished now. I was just about to say normally we'd let it build up to pressure fully, but once that turns off, and that is going to take a few times to clear that water out of the system, and that is potentially then what's going to stay in the tap work, freeze up, and actually cause you problems and damage to your water system and your pipe work. We'll do the hot water. So again, even though the caravan is drained down, the amount of water that's still left in is amazing. If we was to put a jug there and do all of the taps, it's normally about half a litre of water that is just left within the system.
Well, that system's quite good because you can just leave it to restart again, can't you?
Just, yeah, you haven't got to keep messing about outside.
Yeah.
Back in.
I can remember us doing that with the last lot.
So that is essentially what you would then do, and you do that on each tap, every single tap. So kitchen tap until there's no water coming through, bathroom tap, let's do the bathroom tap.
Hot and cold.
Hot and cold.
This way.
So that's a bit better because actually we can't hear the pump now. So I'll do the cold, it's not shut off.
It has now.
There we go.
Oh, nothing on that one.
So a little bit.
Good.
A little bit. So mainly the kitchen tap, but again we'll still take sort of 3 or 4 goes just to get it through, and then make sure that we've got no water. And once we've got to this point now, so
That was a little bit.
yeah, once we've got to a point where there's no water coming through, move on to the next tap, to the hot one. So it's surprising how much water is left in the system. We'll then do the shower. Oh, just had a pipe burst. So look at the water coming out of that.
Nice. Gosh, there's quite a lot in that one, isn't there?
So you'd be amazed. So yeah, you'd be amazed how much water is left within the system. The shower tap, again, I think if that was left over the winter, real bad frost, there's a good chance any water that was left within that shower tap would then cause damage. So they're quite expensive, and I'll try and get them into our Amazon shop, but it's really, really good to actually fit this into the caravan. And keep it connected in, again, even through the season, just trying to clear the water system down. If you're going to put PuriClean through the water system, again, it helps you blow all that back out the system, fill the system, blow it back through, and again sanitise that water system. And again, each time that you use the van then, because even really up until sort of April, we've got potential of frost, so from now till then, it's a good time, even if you're using the caravan, use the flow system and drain that water system down. Again, 250 quid, yeah, it's expensive, but one of those taps is over £100, then plus your fitting. So if you had 2 taps go, it's paid for the flow system. So a very, very good system, whether it's a caravan or a motorhome, to have fitted in, and it's just there constantly then. So a really, really good idea.
Do you usually fit that yourself, or you get somebody to do it?
Literally, if you can cut one of these blue pipes, you can fit it yourself.
Yeah.
Literally, that is as easy as it is. And then you can get the different connections on the end. So if you've got a 12 volt sort of cigarette type lighter like this one in the caravan, then just pop that on. That plugs in, and then that will power that system just off your normal caravan battery. So even in storage you can still use it and drain your water system down. So a really, really good product to use. Something that I wish we could go through and do every single caravan on the pitch now through the winter. We might borrow it, hadn't we, and go and do each one.
You'd have to reattach the pipes, wouldn't you?
Yeah, so for us, because
cut it, you can't.
yeah, no, so for us, we would probably put a little connector onto the external pipe onto that, and then go and do each one and do it that way. Obviously, if it's your own caravan, you're only going to fit it into one, so you can go for something like that, fit it in, forget about it, and done. But yeah, for us, we've got to do just 3 or 4 different water pipe fittings that we've then got to swap onto that, and that's where the other flow, the older flow kit, comes in quite well for us, because then we can use it on all the different types of caravans. So, but yeah, have a look in our Amazon shop. Hopefully I'll have found that and put that into there if you're interested in getting one, and then a nice little product just to fit over the winter, or now ready for the winter and the frosts and whatever you. Sunday, as I say, we've got a great little video coming up, which is something that's going to have driven every single 90% of people. It's going to, at some point, it's going to have driven you crazy, and we're going to look at fixing that drive you crazy problem. So thanks ever so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget, check out Isabel's bits and pieces on Facebook and Instagram, all the things that she's doing, and TikTok. And then we'll see you on Sunday. Thanks for watching on Mark at the Caravan Place.